Sunday night, and we begin tonight with those two daring raids by U.S. Special Forces on two separate targets in Africa. In Somalia, against the notorious Al-Shabaab group linked to that recent mall attack in Kenya. The other mission carried out in Libya, where one of the most wanted Al-Qaeda masterminds in the world was taken into custody. He is known as Abu Anas al-Libi. Indicted in U.S. federal court for the bombings of two U.S. embassies in Africa in 1998. And for years now, there has been a $5 million reward out for his capture. This evening, we are inside the terror raids with new details of just how the American Special Forces carried them out. ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross in a moment here, but we begin with our chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, tonight. Martha, good evening.
Good evening, David. What is remarkable is that these raids, 3,000 miles apart, were carried out nearly simultaneously. The outcome of one, the capture of al-Libi, the other, uncertainty. These were high-risk, boots-on-the-ground raids, launched only when the target is considered high value, the mission critical. The target in Somalia, a senior Al-Shabaab leader. The group that claimed credit for the massacre at the Kenyan Mall. The U.S. forces leading the raid, the famed SEAL Team 6, emerging from the Indian Ocean before dawn to a seaside Al-Shabaab compound south of Mogadishu. But an intense firefight quickly erupted, the size of the resistance far greater than the SEALs had expected. The exchange of gunfire nearly an hour. The team was forced to withdraw without proof that their target had been killed.
One of the things that you know is that your intelligence picture, no matter how good it is, it's never going to be perfect.
But 3,000 miles away in Libya and only hours later, mission accomplished. The man the U.S. had been seeking for 15 years for the murders of hundreds at the U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, captured. The raid by U.S. troops and operatives from the CIA and FBI, swift and dramatic. Anas al-Libi's son and brother telling ABC News today that a convoy of cars approached al-Libi's vehicle. Commandos jumped out, said the men, smashed windows, and grabbed al-Libi. There were no shots fired.
We hope that this makes clear that those members of Al-Qaeda and other terrorist organizations literally can run, but they can't hide.
And Martha's back with me now. You've been working your sources all day, Martha. Where do we believe al-Libi is right now?
Well, right now officials tell me al-Libi is aboard a U.S. Navy ship where a high-value interrogation team will try to get information from him, David, but he will likely end up in a New York City court since he has been indicted for the embassy bombings.
All right, Martha Raddatz leading us off tonight. Martha, thank you. And that Al-Qaeda mastermind captured, as Martha points out, could be an information goldmine for the U.S. if he can be persuaded to talk. ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross.